Mickey went on a trip in 1935, which inspired this hoodie that I got in Disneyland, and now I'm gonna embroider on it. So cool. This video is sponsored by Squarespace. So like I said, I got this in Disneyland, and when I saw it, I knew that this was one that I needed to get because
Shmoxd's been banned from the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse for inappropriate behavior.
No, because it reminded me of a game that my sister and I played when we were kids.
New from Sega, Mickey and Donald's World of Illusion. Play as Mickey or Donald or both. Illusion from Sega, of course.
So in this game where my sister and I would play so much, Mickey and Donald were practicing their magic when they go into this portal where some mysterious beast says the only way out is through. And it reminded me of that sweater because like this first level with like Mickey going against the spiders and there's flowers around him, but there's a whole lot of little adventures that goes on. It's quite the trip. Ends with him going through a mirror to a new world and eventually out of the portal. So, oh yeah, and then Mickey and Donald just go on a walk in the forest because that's what we do. That's what we do for trips. And that's the end. So it reminded me of my childhood with Christina, but also the quote here came from a Good Housekeeping back in 1935, where Mickey fell asleep in his garden. He went small as the bugs. Come to find out the bugs were like attacking him, mad at him. He's like, I used to feel bad for swearing bugs, but now I don't because they would do the same if they could. Here on the sleeve, I was wondering what it was from, and I think it's the flowers in that last panel. The inside of the flowers kind of looks like that. As for the spiral, where I think that's from, we're going to have to watch the 1935 cartoon. Pluto and Mickey are in the garden where all the bugs are eating, devouring things, turning them into eyeballs apparently. And so he makes some bug poison and sprays them dead. But then he gets stuck, clogged, so he looks down the barrel of the gun, of course, and he gets sprayed, trips, and then proceeds to trip more. Trip and sack, where he starts shrinking, all the things get real big. And then these mushrooms, heavily mushrooms and vines. So I'm like, that's nice, that's cool. All the bugs chase him, and the bug eats itself, and the giggling, all the things, where he ends up wrestling with this little worm, which just turns into the hose. His trip's over. The whole thing was just in his head. All is well. But I think the little spiral represents the hose. And so now I know exactly what I want to embroider on this. So here are all the supplies I'm getting and going to use. The Wash Be Gone stabilizer is kind of the most important in my head. So I put that on and I'm going to start drawing. But I kind of didn't really know what to do or like where to place it. So I took a picture and put it up on Photoshop and began to play around and decided to do some mushrooms and some vines. Kind of inspired from this little clip from the show, heavily viney, mushroomy. And now with the stabilizer, I can put it in place, get the hoop nice and tight, and start drawing. This is like a water-soluble stabilizer and pencil, but I ended up just going to pencil. Then I picked the floss colors I wanted, and I wanted to go see my friend. I wanted to go embroider at her house because I missed her, and I didn't want to be alone. It's fine, I'm not lonely. So with thread, I usually will split it, so it's 3 and 3. Once it's all the way split, I'll put my needle on that into the middle and then tie the ends so that I got a nice little floss. Pull it up through till the knot hits, and then I was gonna do a stem stitch. I think that's what that is, which is like pretty fitting if that's what it is. Yeah, it's a stem stitch. When it end, I just flip it over, and I'm just gonna go under the last stitch and make a knot, and then cut off the excess, split it again, tie another little knot, and cut off the excess. Cool. So now just a lot of that. I ended up getting sick. For 3 days. And spent it all just embroidering at her house, sometimes in the backyard, sometimes in the couch that we turned into a mega bed. But eventually I started feeling better, got back to the studio to finish it up. Overall, it took quite a bit. I always underestimate how long it takes to embroider, but it is one of my more favorite things to do. It's pretty cathartic, relaxing, and like once I know where to go, it's just like following a pattern, and I can zone out and think about all these mushrooms I'm embroidering. So when that's all done, I'm going to take it off the hoop and put it down, cut out as much as I can of that water-soluble like stabilizer, because although it will wash out, it leaves a little bit of residue. So it tore out even more, and then just sprayed it with a water sprayer thing. That's what that's called. And now once it's dry, it will be good to go. Today's video is sponsored by Squarespace, which if you haven't seen their Super Bowl ad, you should go watch the full thing. They have a bunch of fun cameos. It's silly, it's great. And they sent me this awesome care package. And the thing that I noticed most is how much time and attention and like creativity and just artistry that is just in their care package. And so it's like, if this is the amount they put into a care package, imagine what their product's like. And that's the thing, is Squarespace is a one-stop shop for all things website. If you want to make a website, you want to get something online, a website makes it real, and it's going to be done so easily through Squarespace. And they're creatives. It's meant for creatives. So they have you in mind. They know all the things that you want, the details. You can go to the link in my description at www.squarespace.com/Shmoxd and start making a website today for free, no credit card needed. And when you do decide to launch it or buy something, use coupon code Shmoxd to get 10% off your first purchase. I love it. I actually love it so much. It reminds me of, is it Story MFG? Some brand that they do hand embroidered on their clothing that I really like. These little mushrooms are my favorite. These are also kind of fun though. Also, close around his little foot. The stabilizer helped a lot, but you can still see where the floss like pulled in some areas. I can imagine what it would have been without it. Phew.
Alright, so be sure to like and subscribe. Go ahead and hit that bell notification. And yeah.